Hello, scrappers. Well, we've got 3 bags full. You know what we have 3 bags full of? All those ends to all those cables. You know, if you don't have a bag like this, then you're more disciplined than I am, or you just throw out the whole cable, whatever. Anyway, this is my 3 bags full video, and we're going to take this video in stages. So first, we're going to sort this great big pile. And poof! Just like that. Look at that. It just sorted itself. It was almost seamless. Let's go through what we have here. So you got the telecommunication ends. Those have a lot of gold-plated items in it if you can get those little pins out. This is my pile of miscellaneous. How bad is it to have a pile of miscellaneous stuff and then you still have miscellaneous within the miscellaneous? But anyway, here's the other telecom stuff. Some good pins. Those are easier to do. We have our plugs. A lot of them I do as I go along, but some of them end up in these piles, and this is probably a favorite item, so I'm probably going to do those sooner. Good source of brass, as are these. A little bit harder to do those. This is like serial printer cable end thingies. USB sticks and stuff like it. And then our serial printer cable, blah, blah, blah. Another good source of gold-plated pins. And some microphone ends or whatever, some jacks, whatever. Coaxial cable parts. Some of these cases, there's not really a lot for me to take off of them, and some of them, even if they have little bits of some other materials, when I use them for melting, I might just, they might just get burned in the process. And then some of this stuff, which is all roughly the same, so I'm just putting it all in there. This stuff, which is a pain in the butt, might just all get trashed. And a few little like what do you call it, USB-C ends and stuff like that. So that's its own separate little pile. So I'm going to take, the idea being, if I take on a pile of it at a time of this stuff, doing like and similar should take me a little less time than doing one of these, one of those, one of the other things. We'll see how that theory pans out, and I'll let you in as I'm doing different things and let you know how I make out with each of the different types of scraps. Poof! Just like that. About 50 cents worth of brass and copper from those plugs. The low-hanging fruit. We'll see what's up next. Hey, scrappers, me again. Look, this little piece by Noma. It's got a soft shell on the outside and a hard shell on the inside. I've never seen that before. Have you seen that before? So I've just been chewing away at the outside, and I'm going to bust the inside and get liberate all the brass. You got a better way to do it? I'm all ears. Tell me. Well, I'm not going to lie. This is the slow way to make $1. Did the other sides of the plugs, the female ends of the plugs, a little bit harder ones to do. And that brings us up to maybe around $1 worth of stuff, maybe not even quite. But that finishes off one of the partial bags, and I'm going to move on to a different type of item. Hello, it's me again. Okay, so I've decided to move on to these telephone and cat cable ends, a couple of different styles here. These will be very easy to get the gold-plated pins from. These can be extremely frustrating, so I'll give up fairly easy on any that I can't seem to get. But what I'm really looking for here, the target here, is to get gold-plated pins and put that in my container full of gold-plated pins. Hey, me again. I want to scrap this little item here. And you'd be surprised what's in here. This is why I got to show you this. I'm just going to put you on pause here for a second. Okay, so I'm going to crack this open. Nothing special. There's probably plenty of good ways to do it. But I just want to show you what's inside these things. I'm surprised. Of course, what I'm after, at least what I thought I was after, were these pins. And I don't know how well you can see these pins inside there. which there's really only 2 pins in there, and that's lovely. And I found a way to take those out, and I'll show you that in a second. Alright, sorry about the camera bouncing. Of course, this opened much easier in practice, right? Okay, so I'm going to take this apart. Okay, that part's just going to 86 that part. Okay, a little tiny bit of wire, I know. Probably won't live long enough for that to add up to anything, but I'll take it anyway. And you decide for yourself what your limits are and how much you want to chase after things. So I will take out these ceramic capacitors, because I always do. Okay, and I'm going to go after this thing here right now. What I found is, and one of these is busted already, but this little pin right there, you get rid of that pin, and you just lever that up. You pull this out, and now you've got that two gold-plated pins, and you just clip them at the source, and you've got your 2 gold-plated pins. That goes with your gold-plated pins. But the thing I didn't realize the first go with this, I just thought these were capacitors, eh? And then I thought, boy, they look kind of funny. Let me cut one of those suckers open, just to be sure. And sure enough, it was one of these copper deals. And if nothing else, they are amusing to pull apart. And yeah, you don't get a bunch of copper out of it. You get a little bit, right? But I think it's worth taking it apart. Why not? You're there anyway. So you get that out of it, and then you get some of these, and then you get another one of these. At least the ones that I've been opening have that. And it's got about a penny worth of copper in them. Is it worth your while? Up to you, of course, to determine whether it is or it isn't. For me, hobby scrapper, I just do this for giggles. So for me, it is worth it. Okay. And I'm going to go put that in. The rest of my copper. Okay. And then I'm going to take out these 2 other little ceramic capacitors. And that's what's inside one of these things. It's really better than you would think. Yeah, I might be interested there. Hey, scrappers, Lucian here. This is day 2 of what's looking like a 2 to 3 day scrap here. That's what happens when you have several hundred little pieces in a row. Anyway, I did make some progress yesterday. Kind of eventually gave up for the day, but I did do well. I'm going to show you now what I've got left going on here. So I've got we've got some piles of, basically our shred over there, and some screws. I keep all my screws and nuts and bolts separately. And then my pile of brass, my wire, and my copper, and then my jar filled with gold pins. And I'm going to be working on these to grab the gold pins as well as those. And it was a good day yesterday, and I'm going to keep working at it. Hello, scrappers. Welcome to day 3 of an unlimited seeming scrap out. Well, this is the second pile of crap. I already threw out a pile that was probably even bigger than that. This is what's left in the bags. So I've probably done about half of it. I've got some copper, a pile of brass, a little bit of steel shred, that kind of thing, a little bit of aluminum. Most of this isn't aluminum. And I'm just finding that it just takes a long time to do thousands of pieces of, and each piece is taking, like a minute and stuff like that. So the other thing is, when you don't wear gloves, and I should wear gloves, this is what happens to your hand. And so, yeah, don't be like me. Do better than me. But we're getting through it. There's been an awful lot of scrapnel. And as you guys will recall, that's my term for shrapnel that happens in the process of scrapping. So the big winner, or the big feature out of this, is this great big pile of brass. Now, if only that big pile of brass could turn into a bar. Poof! Oh, look at that. It just turned itself into a bar of brass. Isn't that awesome? It's even making the dog excited. I just love it that you can just wish for something and it happens like that. And speaking of which, as I mentioned in one of my recent shorts, there's always a chance to win something here once in a while. And I think you might have yourself a chance to win this bar of brass, about 280 grams of brass. All you have to do is leave a comment in the comments, and I will do a random selection from those and probably do a YouTube short to announce the winner. And then I'll give you my email address, and your people can talk to my people. Okay, back to the video. Well, folks, welcome to the wrap-up. Got about a bag and a half of the 3 bags done. So half, looking at whether or not my bags are half empty or half full. I'm very happy with the result. I'm going to give you guys about 3 days to enter the contest about. And then I will maybe do a short where I'm going to pick the winner. And again, I'll keep my email address. I'll put it either in this video or in the YouTube short. So one way or another, you'll get a chance to, for me to, I'll state who the winner is and have you send an email to me, that kind of thing. And that's Abby running away with some of the shred. Anyway, take care, everybody, and God bless you, and take care.